Okay, I believe I'm live. There we go. Hello, everyone in YouTube land. This is Dr. Noob. Normally, I make video game things. I haven't streamed or done a video game in a while. Just been busy with work. I guess I'm making this video. Been kind of getting to the point in my life where I got to start thinking about, you know, money, savings, retirement. Yeah, I'm one of those old heads. But I kind of wanted to make this video because started out a little bit later, made a lot of mistakes. Um, and I kind of just wanted to show people that, you know, sometimes it's trying to time the market's not the best thing. I mean, for people like me, I consider myself a normie, a normal person. I'm not very smart at being able to, with my investments. I did a lot of dumb things, but just having time in the market, not necessarily putting a whole lot of money in, pays dividends. And I just wanted to show that to people because sometimes it's discouraging when you look at a lot of these videos. You'll see people that are they're dumping a lot of money into the market and they're very savvy. They can read those financial reports and make heads and tails of it. I can't figure it out half the time. I just put money in, let it sit, let it grow. Made a lot of mistakes. And this video here, I just wanted to show people over a course of, I guess, 15, 14 years, whatever. Even my math is bad. That yeah, the thing, it can grow. And I just want to show like I did a lot of bad things. So anyway, starting this video off, I just want to let you know. Step one, you got to get a good job. You got to work for a corporation, an entity, maybe an uncle or a neighbor with a beard that has a 401k match. If not, then you are going to basically have to take this all on yourself. You can go to Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab, JP Morgan, whoever. Any of those places, you can start your own individual retirement account and just start putting money in. If it's $20 a month, $20 a week, even if it's $20 a year, try something. Start small and watch it grow. So anyway, going back, the company I worked for at the time was Valero Energy Corporation. Great company to work for. They were very good. They had a good match. So as you can see, I don't know what I was doing this year. My tax deferred basis, I was putting 1% away, which is because I was doing some goofy stuff at the time. I think I was maybe doing 6 or 8%. So don't pay attention to that. But as you can see, this is mistake number one. Don't do this. Put as much as you are comfortable with. Put 5, 10%, 20%, whatever you can. Don't put 1% away. That's not going to add up to nothing. So anyway, at the end of the year, 2007, I had about 47,000 and change. You can see my beginning balance there. Net activity this period, that might have been, I was doing a couple different loans and dumb stuff. Uh, yeah, that's for another discussion. So these were the investments I had. I was just putting in about, as you can see, 45% of my portfolio was in the company I worked for. I'm not sure if you can still do that today. That's not a good idea. Actually, that was one of the things that helped me out at the time because Valero, I believe, split one or two times when I was there. But anyway, yeah, I had American Euro Pacific Growth Fund, Multi-Cap Core, just like different, mostly growth funds like stocks, S&P 500, Nasdaq, Dow, stuff like that. So at the end of 2007, that's what I had. I believe the net activity, that might have been what I put in for the year. I'm not sure, but as you can see, yeah, right here. Ugh. I had a bunch of loans out. I was using this as like a piggy bank or something like that. So, oh, here we go. So, same year. So, this, I'm almost certain, was my car that I decided to buy. This was a motorcycle. Yeah. Don't do that. Okay, so moving on. 2008. Now, remember, my balance over here in 2007 was 47. 2008, 39. I believe it was a change in the market value. So, the market went down 10,000 bucks. believe that $5,400, that was what I put in for the year. Because here you go, now I'm back to my normal 8%. So again, like I was saying, so I put like 27 grand into this account. My employer, without the market doing anything, whether it went up, down, sideways, did a loop-de-loop, they put 12,000 bucks in. This is why I stress it's very important. Don't settle for whatever. I mean, if that's the best that you can do, and that like you need to make money, a job's a job. Do what you have to do. But eventually keep your eyes on the horizon. Always be looking out for something, an employer that has something like this where they have a 401k match, or maybe they have a pension. I know pensions are a thing of the past, but there are still places that are out there. Keep looking, keep trying. Don't sell yourself short. Because I happened to fall into this position because a friend told me to apply to this place. I got very lucky, very blessed. So anyway, moving forward. So there's my bounce after that 1 year. Market changed. Again, I believe I'm still mostly in the same stocks. I diversified a little bit more. I might have sold off or whatever, just moved some things around. So I'm no longer 45% into the company I work for, which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with investing in the company that you work for. You should be, you should have some faith in them, but don't put everything. Remember what happened with Enron. A lot of people lost their money with that. So that's what I had. That was the end of 2008. So 2009. Oh, you know what? Let me go back. So that's what happened. Big crash in 2008. Remember, they were loaning money out to everybody. You could have had barely making any money. They were giving these arms and balloons and all kind of stuff. People were buying homes that they shouldn't have been affording in the first place. And shame on the financial markets, people that were loaning out. They shouldn't be loaning out money the way they were. And shame on people like me that were borrowing money that we shouldn't have been borrowing. So that's what happened there. Okay, I forgot. So the very next year, look what happened. Jumped up a little bit, 69 grand. So I believe in Merrill Lynch, they had changed the format, so it's going to be a little different now moving around. But anyway, okay, so here you go. My beginning bounce for that time period was 49,000 and change. I put in about 2,200 and change. This is what my company matched. I was repaying loans, some dividends. Okay, I kind of like the way that this format changed. So you can see, so contributions for the year. Okay, I don't even know what I was looking at here. So anyway, contributions this year. So here you go. It was a little better. I put 9 grand in. Look at what my employer put in. I mean, that's not dollar for dollar, but it's pretty close. And that's why I stress work for a company that's willing to do stuff like this, because whether you have a good year or a bad year, like there's this trailing 12 months, my plan was doing good, but look what happened over the 3-year and the 5-year return. It actually lost money, but when you have an employer that's willing to put money in for you, you're still making something. So anyway, so here's my investment summary. Pretty much the same thing. American Growth Fund. This is the European Pacific, whatever version of this, does almost the same thing. I believe I'm still in VP Max right now to this day. And then a bunch of other little things. Now what was nice, the whole time I was owning Valero, they had a decent dividend, so this stock kept growing a lot, so that was nice. Okay, so let me get back. So that was 2009. Here's year 2010. Whoops. So 2010, so I went from $69,000 to $101,000. That's crazy. Market really took off. Normally whenever there's a bad dip, there's always a big rebound every time. But you see, I'm very, very aggressive. 99.9, you might as well say 100% in the stock market. I'm all in. So here you go. Beginning bounce for that year was 72 grand. Whatever all that is. Not much in dividends. I wasn't doing too much dividend investing. But again, here you go with what was I doing? I think I might have been doing 8 or 10%. I can't remember. Oh, here we go. Still doing 8%, but I was making more money at the time. So here you go. 10 grand. employer contribution $7,000, total of $18,000. I mean, that's like I was saying, stress. Get a job that pays you as much as you can possibly make, and then even more. Work for a place that's willing to match. Again, my investment summary, here it is again. About the same as the prior year. I don't think I was moving too much money around. Okay, so now here we go, 2011. So I went from 101, a little bit of drop, not too bad. I mean, it's not terrible. The market's going to swing. It's not always going to go up. It's not always going to go down. But what's interesting about this, if you noticed, from the prior year, notice it doesn't say what the company matched. It doesn't say what I put in. That was because, sadly, Valero sold the plant that I was working for, and so this is the last part of this video that I'm stressing. So this was the part where I say timing in the market or time in the market. So I was able to get in early enough for this plan. I built up a good base, and of course, like a dummy, I started all these loans out. But yeah, so I never, other than me paying my loans back or dividends or the market changing, that's the only thing that's going to make this grow. I wasn't putting any more money in. So this is 2011. Let me go to 2012. So here we went from 97 to 120. That's pretty good. Again, didn't really change too much. Still have an outstanding loan. I don't know what that was. Maybe that was for a down payment for a house or a boat or something stupid. I don't know. So anyway, here you go. Me paying back my loans. Now I'm getting a little bit of dividends. Still says I'm putting 8%. I have 8% elected, but trust me, I wasn't putting anything in. We were no longer with the company. So yeah, pretty much my investment summary didn't change much. So let's go. That was 2012, right? So here's 2013. So from 120 to 146. Again, other than me putting my paying back loans, change in value, market went up. It was a good year. Interest, dividends, and other credits. So this is, I believe these two were paying a decent dividend. So a lot of times they do, was it short-term and long-term capital gains? I'm not big on, I have no idea what they were doing, how they were doing it. They were doing something to pay me a dividend. So again, just sitting back, me making a lot of wrong moves, doing a lot of dumb things, and this thing's still growing. That's good. 2014. Oop, I go to the wrong way. So 2014. So 2013 is 146. So it grew about 3%, $3,000, $4,000, if that. So as you can see, I'm whittling down my outstanding loan. Sorry for me flopping all over the place. Me paying the loan back again. So it looks like the only growth I had that whole year was pretty much the dividends. I guess the market was flat that year. Again, my investment summary is pretty much the same, other than them just growing or shrinking just from the market doing its thing. Oh, you know what? Yeah, so I think there was a little bit of a change, and this is where the other thing. If you're not smart, if you're not going to be a person who's reading the prospectuses and understanding what you're investing in and what your money's doing. So this was a mistake that I made too. And again, I'm just sharing this with people, full disclosure. I decided to get cute, and I moved about, I think this 35 or 40 grand out of my regular Merrill Lynch account, and I went into a self-direct, and I bought about $40,000 in the stock. Again, there's nothing wrong with taking like 5% or 1% or whatever of your portfolio and playing around, trying to figure out, see if you know what you're doing. I took $40,000 and figured, I bought a bunch of stock in one company, figuring that, oh, this thing's going to take off. And I'll let you know, spoiler, it didn't exactly take off. So let me go moving forward. So the very next year, we're going from 2014 at 149 to 2015, 179. Ooh, that's pretty big jump, a 14% increase. My loan's going down, nice and slow. I should have been paying it off more aggressive. Dividends, again, I believe it was these two guys. I think VP Max, I think that actually pays a dividend too. But the change in market was pretty decent. Now I think, so you see my self-direct, it's like, oh yeah, that gained a couple grand. It looks pretty good. It's going to get even better at one point, and it's going to get way worse. So yeah, I thought I was being, cute. I'm doing something good. 2016. Again, me not putting a penny into anything. It's just growing on its own. So not much of a change there. So it's almost a wash for the year. Interest, dividends. So dividends again. Me paying back my loans, real tiny. Let me go to self-direct. So it didn't move too much. Not too bad. That's 16, so 179. Let's go to 17. Look at this jump. That's a pretty big jump in 1 year. Change in value. Yeah, 26 grand. That's pretty good. I think my self-direct might have went up, right? No, Valero went up, I believe. Yeah. So my self-direct, it did go up a little bit. It went up a little bit. So again, just the market doing its thing. So that was 17. This is 18. So it went down 25%, I guess, according to this. So look at this. The beginning balance for that plane was 284. So the market had taken off and then kind of tanked a little bit. But you're going to see here, look at what happened. So one of my stocks did do very well. Again, me trying to be cute, trying to time the market where I should just left my money where it was at. Look at this. This thing went up to 82,000. Remember, it was like down to 35 or 39 or something. It went up and then it went down really fast. Even Valero went down pretty hard. And that's the problem about being too heavy in one sector. So this is what ended up happening. So the whole energy sector kind of went a little bit upside down. And yeah, that's pretty big losses right there. 50 grand just between that. Ugh. All right, so let's go back up. Let's keep moving forward. Let's let the free lesson continue. So here we were, 18 was 215. Market went back up for me, 261. There's my beginning balance. Again, I'm paying my loan off really slow. Dividends. That's what investment summary is still about the same. Self-direct, I think it was kind of turning around a little bit. I should have just left it alone. Anyway, so very next year, and what is this, 2020? Now we all know what happened in 2020 is COVID. The whole market went upside down. So I don't think, regardless of what I would have done. Now the interesting thing about that was the biggest year I had for dividends. There's my self-direct. Yeah, right back to where I started. 34 grand. What was that? 4 or 5 years prior to that? That's where I was at. Okay, so here we are, 2020. Let's wrap this up. So here we are, 2021. So again, what did I tell you back in the 2008 when the market takes a big dip? There's usually always a big rebound on it. So that's what happened the very next year. Look at this. Interest, dividends, and credits. That was all from, I believe, this, and I think this. I believe these three right here. I think it did move some things around. VP Max, RGAGX, and FG Rocks. I believe those three paid me a lot of dividends. And as you can see, even my self-direct went a little up. Sorry, going back up. So yeah, that's a pretty big swing. go up. And the next year it went back down. So we went from 260 back down to 229. Again, nice dividends. I don't mind that every year. $5 grand. I believe I stayed. This is where I started. Like let me settle this thing out. I believe I started just staying with the same ones. There's my self-direct back down in the 49, 50,000 range. So that's 2022, and then here is 2023. So went up, according to this, about 7%. Started at 227s at 246. So now I'm pretty much just leaving this thing where it's going to set. I'm going to stay with these three. I like the way they kind of almost mirrored S&P or the NASDAQ or whatever. And, you know, I get a little bit of a dividend from them. Of course, it's not going to show this here because this is the beginning of 2023. My self-direct, I pretty much have doing almost the same thing. I got out of one holding too big into one stock and then just watching my portfolio swing around. But so anyway, to wrap this up and start this video, it took so long I was just rambling on. So I just proved that, yes, you can do a lot of dumb things with your 401k, but as long as you invest, as long as you start, you put it in, don't play with it too much, and don't be overexposed. Don't put it too much into one sector, and yeah, it will grow. And with time and you working for a good company, you know, good things can happen. Again, where did I say 2011? 2011, I stopped putting in. I no longer was actively putting money into this fund. So here you go from 2011 at 76,000. It's almost $250,000, and from that point on, that was just all growth. So again, I hope that this video can help some people out there that are just very frustrated. You're very you just like feel like you're always getting beat down. Your dollar's always getting shrunk. Somebody's always putting their hands in your pocket. Save for your future. Take care of yourself first. If you don't, then what's the sense? Why are we even working? Why even work a job? So take care of yourself. Take care of your future self. And hopefully this video will help you. God bless.